Well, hello again and welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. I'm so glad you clicked on this video. The Feast of the Tabernacles, or Feast of the Booths as is often called, is a week-long fall festival commemorating the 40-year journey of the Israelites in the wilderness. Along with Passover and Pentecost, the Feast of the Booths is one of the 3 great pilgrimage feasts recorded in the Bible, when all Jewish males were required to appear before the Lord in the temple in Jerusalem. The observance of the Feast of Tabernacles is recorded for us in Exodus 23, Exodus 34, Leviticus 23, and several other places. In fact, even in the New Testament, you see Jesus at this Festival of Tabernacles. And the Bible reveals a dual significance in this feast. Agriculturally, the Feast of Tabernacles is Israel's Thanksgiving, if you will. It's a joyous harvest festival that celebrates the completion of the agricultural year. As a historical feast, though, its main characteristic is the requirement of Israel's people to leave their home and to dwell in these temporary shelters or booths. The Jews built these booths to commemorate their deliverance from Egypt and the protection and provision and care that God gave them for their 40 years in the wilderness. Now, here's what I find fascinating about this festival. In fact, 5 days before the beginning of the feast, the Jews celebrate the Day of Atonement. This is a monumental day in Jewish history. The Day of Atonement is when the high priest would go into the Holy of Holies and offer a sacrifice for himself and then a sacrifice for the people. It was the one day out of the year that the priest went into the presence of God. And so just a few days after the Day of Atonement, this incredible celebration begins. And during the Feast of Tabernacles in the Bible, 2 important ceremonies took place. The Hebrew people first carried torches around the temple, illuminating bright candelabrum along the walls of the temple to demonstrate that the Messiah would be a light to the world, especially to the Gentiles. Also, another thing that happened in this festival is that the priests would draw water from the pool of Siloam, and then they would carry it to the temple where it was poured into a silver basin beside the altar. So, think about this with me. In the New Testament, as Jesus attends the Feast of the Tabernacles, He speaks some remarkable words on that great day of the feast. He says to them, "If anyone is thirsty, let him come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as the Scripture has said, streams of living water will flow from within him." That's John chapter 7, verses 37 and 38. So think about it. They have just carried this water from the pool of Siloam and they've poured it out as a sacrifice. And Jesus says, "I am the living water." The next morning, while the torches were still burning, Jesus comes and says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of light." That's John chapter 8, verse 12. Jesus was giving new meaning to these important ceremonies that took place in the middle of this feast. It's an incredible time in Jewish history to see all about this Feast of Tabernacles. In fact, it's a feast that's still celebrated today by the Jews in Jerusalem and outside of Jerusalem. We're going to be talking about Jesus and His attending this feast here in John chapter 7 this Sunday. I hope that you can join us. So much more to say about this festival and the things that surround it. But we're going to be going down that road for the next few weeks. So I hope that you'll come and join us in person or stick with us here online as we dive deep into the life of Jesus Christ, the most influential life that's ever walked the face of the earth. So glad you joined me today. Hope you have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you Sunday. Take care and God bless.